Hello there, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be watching and reacting to House of Dragons Season 2, Episode 5. I loved the last episode. Like, it had everything. It was great storytelling. There was a lot of action. It was awesome. It was awesome. So I'm excited to see the rest of the season here. I just want to give a quick shout out to UNN, Seaman, and Geradero. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. But thanks all three of you for commenting and watching these videos every week. I do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. You know, these videos don't get a ton of views. In fact, they've been getting some dislikes. But I still, just for you three, I'm going to keep making them. We're going to keep watching them every week. So we'll continue onwards with House of Dragons. A lot to unpack last episode. A lot of things happened. I'm just amazed at how perfect the dragons are. I know it's a big part of the show, but the show, like, as far as like the images and everything, I mean, it just perfection screams out. But I would say, you know, storyline, I mean, I think that's still pretty good. I was trying to fix my hair. The more I mess with it, the more I mess it up. Anyways, so I think, you know, I think we're in for a crazy ride. I like the show so far. I think they're doing a good job with it. And yeah, I'm excited to see more. So let's just jump right into it. They're doing a good job with this part. My eyes are tearing up a little bit. Just, you can tell just even by the way he was walking how devastating this is to him and to Rhaenyra. I mean, they're devastated. You know, he lost his wife. Rhaenyra lost probably one of her best allies. You know, just the fact that she always had her back no matter what. So, you know, it's war. It happens. But, yeah, this is good. They're doing a good job.
To Aegon!
Can't be.
Mark my words, this is a black omen.
Rhaenyra will answer this. It is an abomination.
Don't they realize we won the battle?
Strange victory. If it was one.
Yeah, it's interesting their reaction to seeing the dead dragon. What they don't know is the king's dead too. It's weird that they're parading through the town bragging about what they've done when the king died in battle. I'm a little confused as to why they're doing it. But I guess they're... I don't know. I don't know what the point is. I mean, obviously you want the people on your side and everything, but this doesn't seem to be working. They seem disturbed that they're doing this. Nobody knows he killed his brother, do they? Either he's not actually dead, which, I mean, we saw his dead body. So, I just don't think anybody knows that he killed him. And I guess, I mean, how would they know? You know, it was up in the sky. You know, the people that were there were focused on the battle down below, not the dragons above. Huh.
Is he alive?
His grace remains with us for the moment.
Oh, he is alive. Holy cow. Did not know that was going to happen. I thought he was dead. I mean, he's still fighting for his life, though. He's not moving or talking or anything, so I'm sure he got severe battle burns. I thought he was dead, guys. Thank you for not correcting me in the comments. That's awesome that he's still alive. Boy, does he have a story to tell if he gets back to his normal self, or if he remembers any of it. I mean, he had a massive fall. Oh! I don't know what I can show on YouTube and what I can't, but that was pretty brutal. I do have to say, as far as burns go, his burns look okay. I've actually seen someone, I was shadowing, because at one point I was trying to be a nurse. I've still kind of had this whole thing of what do I want to do with my life, you know? Right now I do workforce analyst work, but I shadowed nurses one time, and a guy came in with 30% body burns, or 30% of his body was burned, and that was pretty gnarly. His burns don't look as bad as that guy that I saw. However, it still looks pretty bad, and then the fact that he fell from so far, I mean, there's a lot wrong, and he has a lot of open wounds. I'm wondering if his armor protected him from the fire some, because I feel like he would have been burned more than what he was. But it could also just be that they're not showing it, you know, maybe they didn't do a bunch of research on burn victims. Or maybe the guy that came in at the hospital had more than 30% body burns, and that's just what it was reported as. Because the guy in the hospital, I know it's gross. Like this, you can see the burns, right? And then like when they first took the first plate off of him, it was like in the show, it was attached, his skin was melted to the plate when it came off, so it ripped it and it bled. But the guy that came into the hospital, his skin was literally like, it looked like putty or something. Like it was like melting off of him. And this, like, he wasn't in the fire anymore, but that's how bad it was. Like his skin was like, it wasn't even skin at that point. Like it was just like melted. Right? So I don't know. But it could just also be that there's different types of burns. Maybe a dragon fire burn does something different to the body than, you know, a gas stove blown up or whatever. His face looks good, other than the melting of the skin. Like it just, but maybe a dragon's fire is so hot that it just already fell off of him, you know, for good.
Or your quickness of mind. It is merely that the gentler sex, heretofore, has not been much privy to the strategies of battle, or their execution.
There has been peace in our lifetime. You've seen no more battles than I have. She
does make a good point. You know? It's not the fact that she's a woman. I mean, nobody has the battle experience. If you know, because they said for 80 years there was peace among the seven kingdoms. I mean, there was obviously some disputes to some extent, but yeah, I mean, nobody's dealt with battle on this scale for many years. So it's, you know, it's new to them in some ways, because I don't think any of them are 80 years old.
Crickenstark's Greybeards are marching south. If his men had a direct route into the Riverlands, we would not have to wait for Daemon to act. I will treat with the Freys to secure it.
She will not like it.
Then don't tell her. Not until I'm away.
You know, it's nice that he wants to act. I also understand why Rhaenyra wants to protect him. I mean, it's her oldest son. She's obviously got the children she sent away. But, you know, she'd already lost one son, so that's probably part of it. She don't want to lose more family. But, you know, I can understand wanting to do something, anything, rather than just stand around and wait, you know? So I think everybody has what they think is Rhaenyra's best interest in mind. Whether or not it is, other than maybe Daemon. I don't know. I can't pinpoint what Daemon's thinking, you know? I mean, I think he means well, but I think he might... I mean, he's struggling with his hallucinations and stuff, so he might not even fully understand what he's thinking. But I think her son definitely has her best interest in mind, or thinks he does. Whether it ends up being whatever he ends up doing, if it helps Rhaenyra out or not, that's still unknown.
Fire.
I did not think they would be so eager to die.
They made their choice. You should have indulged them.
I need them alive. I came here to raise swords, not corpses.
But now you see what my house has known for generations.
Give them your worst.
I am your servant, Your Grace.
Interesting. I mean, it makes sense that he didn't just burn them alive, since he needs them. He needs them alive. He needs the soldiers. It was good that he was willing to wait that out. I wonder what he sent this guy to go do, though. Send him your worst.
Tower. The bats have made the corridors almost impassable with the quantity of their...
They're shit.
I venture there are smiths and armourers to be found near Nutton and Riverbend.
Well, send for them and levy the farmers from Antlers to High Heart. You should address me as my king.
But you're the prince.
What would you call the husband of the queen?
Well, the king.
There it is, then.
Consort.
That last bit seems unnecessary, don't you think?
The armor was Valyrian steel.
He's starting to lose it. I don't know. He's letting the power go to his head, and he doesn't really have any power. But he's certainly acting like it. You know, sometimes he has a couple one-liners that are amusing, Daemon does, but most of the time there's not much comedy in the show. But yeah, I mean, I hope he can stick around and not lose it completely. But yeah, it's starting to affect him, I think.
It is experience that offers the surest path to security. Queen Alicent ably shouldered the duties of the realm when her husband's health failed him.
Experience is valuable, yes, but the Dowager Queen is a woman.
I am no stranger to rule or to sitting at this council. Aemond is a fearsome dragon rider. His skill is best employed in the field, but my experience is needed here, at this table.
No offence was meant, Your Grace, but at a time when we must show strength.
Lord Larys.
I agree, Your Grace. It must be Prince Aemond.
Ooh.
What would it say if in response...
Ooh. That's what Aemon wants. Prince Aemon. He's always wanted to serve as the king. Serve himself as the king. Lord Larys. Lord Larys. Yeah. Does he just want to watch the world burn? You know? I don't know. Because for a while there, he seemed to really care about the queen. And now, he's siding with her son. I don't know. I don't know. I do think Alicent maybe, though, liked being in charge and kind of wants that back. I mean, I agree that experience is good, but I don't know, guys. I don't know what the best answer is.
Aemond is the next in line. It must be him. It's a...
Prince Regent and Protector of the Realm.
Aemond.
Does he mean the king?
I don't know.
You cannot keep us here! To return to your homes! We want me!
Yeah, people are in unrest. I would be too with no food. They have every right to want to leave. And that's the thing, they were just trying to leave. Now you're going to have a whole riot on your hands. Keeping everybody stuck there? I mean, I know that's Prince Aemond, that's what he decided to do, so they're just following orders, but this is going to get ugly pretty quick, too. People are getting desperate. It's no good. No good.
And the protection of my uncle.
And Daemon, I'm sure, has consented to this?
He will do as his queen commands.
That does lend us some comfort. Though it occurs to me that dragons cannot be in two places at once.
Or three.
What do you want?
Larys Strong has been relieved of his castle. Does the Queen intend to raise up a new lord?
You want Harrenhal?
Yeah, you don't really get to decide what Daemon and Rhaenyra do. I mean, it's nice. It's nice that you're out there trying to help, but you're just lying. I mean, yeah, they're gonna help, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. You know, he's making all these moves and decisions on his own. He's not in charge. Rhaenyra's in charge. I don't know how she's going to feel about this either. Bold move. Bold move.
To do it the High Towers with their scheming, or Viserys' first true heir. When I take King's Landing, Rhaenyra is welcome to join me there and take her place by my side. King and Queen, ruling together.
And if you lose?
Then I'll be dead, and none of this will be my problem.
It's a pity, don't you think, that you never knew your mother?
A message, Your Grace. Fresh news from Stonehenge. The Blackwoods have overwhelmed the Brackens and Lord Amos has pledged his banner to you. House Bracken is yours.
Call Sir William here so that I might congratulate him. The Blackwoods will be feted in these halls.
Good news for Daemon, but yeah, I mean, he said it himself. Rhaenyra is welcome to rule alongside of him, so he's not treating her as in charge. He wants to rule it himself on his own. I don't think he cares if Rhaenyra joins him or not, which is disheartening. It's unfortunate. So now Rhaenyra not only has to deal with the folks at King's Landing, Alicent, the High Towers, now she's got to deal with Daemon to some degree. I still don't think Daemon's going to hurt her, but it's clear he wants to rule.
Queen Rhaenyra wishes to name you Hand.
Even the death of my wife does not content her. Has she not asked enough of my house?
I grieve my grandmother who loved me, but I carry her on with me. I will see Rhaenyra ascend the Iron Throne as Rhaenys wished, as Rhaenys herself should have. You yourself may do as you see fit.
Granddaughter. I would make you my heir.
I am blood and fire. Driftmark must pass to salt and sea.
Look at her. Powerful words spoken to her grandfather. She was smart. That was smart. And I think she's right. I think that's what her grandmother would want. Rhaenys. I think that's what she would have wanted. You know, she died fighting for a cause she believed in. Last thing she'd want is everyone to turn their back on Rhaenyra after she died. Then she'd die in vain. There'd be no purpose of her death. At least this way, if they keep fighting the fight, she didn't die in vain.
Intentions.
Whether he means to raise a host for me or for himself.
He would not dare.
Have you known Daemon to lack in daring? Go now with haste. I'll send good men to see to your safety.
Have you any message for him?
Tell him I would much like to finish our last conversation.
Your Grace.
Wonder if he'll be able to see that Daemon's losing his mind in this castle. The hallucinations. Now, I would be curious, are the hallucinations due to lack of sleep? I think they're more due to the location and or the lady that he keeps talking to. The witch. Or he called her a witch. Last name Strong. I forget her first name, to be honest with you. But I do remember her last name is Strong. So I'm thinking she's causing it. But I don't know. We haven't really been explained that, and maybe they won't. But I don't know if it's more the location or if it's more Miss Strong, or if it's due to his actions finally catching up with him, as far as how he's treated people and what he's done in his past that's starting to mess with his head. Could be any of those things. I do think it's more either the location, as in the castle he's in, because he didn't have this issue ahead of time, or it's Miss Strong that is creating this conflict for him to deal with.
Know this, interloper. The Riverlands are an ancient place. watched closely by the eyes of old gods and new. And dragon or no, we shall not raise our banners for a tyrant.
Well, that's a bummer. They woke him up in the middle of his sleep for bad news. Interesting. A lot just happened in the last 5 minutes. I'm trying to process it all. That's not good. He seems to be having issues himself, too.
Move along, lass.
I have an errand for the Lady Massaria.
I thought she was dead.
Would she die without collecting her due? I must see an old friend.
Most people want out these days.
I feel like they should have sent someone better than her. She seems very nervous, very uneasy about the whole situation, which I would be too, but I just don't know that she's going to be able to fulfill this errand she speaks of. I don't know. I don't know why they put faith in her. I mean, maybe she'll do fine, but maybe that's part of the act. She's acting nervous. I don't know. I don't know. What? Why'd they kick me out? He has no regret, no remorse. I think it was purposely done. I really do believe that. He saw an opportunity and he took it. He's always wanted to rule. You know, in the past I've said I think he would do a better job. But, I mean, somebody that's willing to kill someone to take rulership. I mean, it's not even so much kill someone to take rulership or take the throne. It's the matter that he attacked his own brother with no remorse and with no concern about the fact that his own brother might die. I guess I shouldn't have expected anything less from him. But it did kind of surprise me a little bit. It did surprise me a little bit.
Was it worth the price?
He's breathing. That's good. So she knows. His wife knows. Was it worth the price? Time will tell. Time will tell. I think if his brother dies, I think if the king dies, then sure it was worth the price. I don't know. I don't know.
He wishes for the phrase to be granted Harrenhal. At war's end, assuming.
I'm proud of you, Jace. You've done our cause a great service.
Then why do you look angry?
You chafed at being prevented from action. Imagine my lot. I'm a dragon rider as well, with a war being fought over my ascension. And yet I must wait here. Always prudent, sending others to fight and be felled in my name. Even you've managed to do your part.
You are the queen. The tie that binds us. No harm can come to you.
And you are my son, and I did not give you leave to go.
I don't know if she knows what she wants in this particular situation. You know, because she said that he did good work, but she's pissed. And then she seems more upset that she's stuck, which I get. You know, she hasn't been able to go out and fight because they're all trying to protect her. But then at the same time, you're my son, so I'm upset you went without my permission. But she's grateful. I mean, I guess I can kind of understand her circumstances. You know, also Daemon does whatever the hell Daemon does on his own without permission or blessing. So she's already got, you know, a husband that's not home and not helping, and so she's got a lot on her mind. And she doesn't want any harm to come of her son. I don't know. But it's kind of like she's like, I'm grateful. Ah! But I'm not. But I am.
They are called Vermithor and Silverwing. And they sleep just beneath our feet.
Yes, and if only they had riders, none could stand against me. I would go forth in strength and not from necessity.
There is...
Okay, so there's 2 dragons down below that don't have any riders. So that's interesting. I don't know that we've met these dragons. Unless these were the dragons we saw Daemon take the eggs from a long time ago. Well, I say a long time ago. I don't know how long it's been, but okay. So yeah, I gave her a little bit of crap. Okay, I probably shouldn't have given Rhaenyra that much crap. She explained herself better as far as feeling stuck, knowing that if all else fails, she has to fight. But the thing is, if she waits till everything else fails, she's not going to be able to single-handedly take over the crown. Also, something I noticed, because my wife was asking how many more episodes we had. Unfortunately, there's only 8 episodes this season. 8! That is not very many. Very unfortunate indeed. I just realized that. So 8 more. I mean, I realized that when I was on the phone with my wife, but 8 more. And this video is going live on the 6th. Or 8 more. 5, 6, so 7th, 8th. We only have, not including this one, 2 more weeks. That's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate indeed. But anyways, let's get back to the episode.
There are records here, surely, of our line, and of those who fell out of it.
So typically you need dragon, or you always need dragon blood to fly a dragon, from the sounds of it. It needs to be in your bloodline. What they're saying, there's some people that were removed generations ago that would still have some of that bloodline. Now, is the dragon going to accept them if they're only a percentage per se? I guess we're gonna find out. It's worth a shot. It's worth a shot, but yeah. Thinking on your thinking on your feet. I like it.
It's a mad sword.
Oh no! I'm gonna have to watch the next episode this weekend. I feel like, because I gotta know what's gonna happen. I also want to get far enough ahead that there's not a lapse in videos. Obviously, there's gonna be a major lapse when L8 episodes are done. Man, I gotta know what happens. I gotta watch the next episode this weekend. Can't do it tonight. It's late. I gotta go to bed. 10:48. I usually try to be in bed around 11 or so. or a little bit before that. But yeah, it was another good episode. I really enjoyed that. I seriously, I thought it was a good episode. It kept me invested, kept me involved. A lot of storyline, a lot of stuff happening. You know, some of it was a little hard to keep up with. I think rewatching it is going to help. I'll try to take notes if I think of anything to add. I am going to watch the behind the scenes as per usual. I haven't been putting that in to the editing at the end because I just haven't had anything really to add. But I will film it just in the off chance I have a reaction to it. But anyways, I will see you in the end card. I don't know why I say end card. There's not really a card.
This stuff, who cares?
Steve is an incredible actor. He has such deep soul to all of his performances. I had no clue that he was going to have this tear, like this silent tear roll down his face. So it was incredibly moving to see it.
I do have to say, that got to me. Even the actors, the way he walked. Like, even the way he walked. Like, you know, obviously he was acting, right? But you could feel the emotion and the grieving and the pain he was going through. You could feel it through the camera, right? So very impressive job in this role. Very impressive job for sure.
Is seen as one of these symbols of the unshakableness, of the invincibility of the Targaryens.
I thought the dragons was gods.
You know, as soon as people can see you can kill dragons, well then anybody can do it. And does that mean that these people that we've always thought of as being gods because of their ability to ride dragons is actually all a bit of a mirage?
This is at best a terrible omen, and at worst a harbinger of the things to come.
You know, that's actually interesting. It's funny because I said, I never have anything to say at the behind the scenes, but I actually have stuff to say. The guy saying, I thought the dragons were gods. I didn't catch that the first time he said it until they replayed it. I don't know if it was his accent or just I don't have captions on. I prefer to watch without captions, but I didn't catch that. And so it's not even so much like, oh, look, we triumphed. You know, they killed a dragon. It's the shock, too. The bad omen, the shock. Everybody's in shock over it. So, I don't know. That's cool.
What would you call the husband of the queen?
Well, the king.
There it is, then.
Consort.
That last bit seems unnecessary, don't you think?
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to edit this down, and I will hopefully have a couple more things to say at the end. I'll, put my thoughts together, and then we'll go from there. Ladies and gentlemen, you've made it to the end of today's video. I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for coming back each week and being here. I do appreciate it. Amazing episode. Like, it was incredibly done. Really well shot. Really well acted. I wouldn't have changed a thing. I thought it was a really, really good episode. I am very disappointed to hear there's only 8 episodes. I hope that doesn't mean they're ending the show early or something. I haven't researched whether there will be a season 3. I'm going to hold off until the end of the season to find that out. But that'll be interesting to learn more about that as well. I guess it depends on how the season ends, how they wrap things up, and what happens, whether or not they'll, keep the show moving forward. So when they moved in, at the scene when Aemon was being named basically the king, I mean, he's the hand of the king, or he's not the hand of the king, but he's the next in line. But because his brother is on his deathbed, I mean, we don't know if he's going to live or not. The scene when he went and took the ball and, started saying stuff, they moved in on Alicent, and after they decided that Aemon was next in line, and it kind of faded away with the voices and just focused on Alicent. That's the only part I didn't like. And it's not, I mean, I didn't hate it per se, but I wanted to hear what the plan was, and it was hard to understand because there was kind of a sound effect or whatever, just zooming in on Alicent, and the rest of the voices were kind of background or not really, you couldn't really focus in on them, if that makes sense. So That's the only scene out of this episode that I was kind of like, eh. And it was more just because I'm curious and I want to know what's happening and, you know, what the plan is. So, but yeah, amazing episode, great show. I'm really enjoying this. I didn't know if I would enjoy it as much as Game of Thrones. You know, it is different, but it also has some of the same elements. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Sincerely, I really enjoying this show. I haven't watched the next episode yet. I want to get this edited first. I may watch it tomorrow. We'll see how the day goes. I've got to do some dishes and stuff at home, and yeah, we'll just see how the day goes. I've got a couple other video ideas planned that will be coming out relatively soon or within the next month or two. As far as reaction videos, we do have to talk towards the end of this season, figure out what we're going to do in the meantime. My wife and I had an idea to react to a show together. She's already seen the show. What's the show called, Yara? To react to Rings of Power. I've not seen Rings of Power. She's already seen it, but she still would be in the video and react with it. We just got to figure out how to set it up where we can both hear the audio. We might have to do like a splitter, and also have individual mics. That's my ideal world. You know, we can use the same camera. I mean, I suppose we could even go all professional, do 2 cameras, 2 mics, 2 headsets, but that might be a little bit much. You know, the thing with using one mic, I have to turn it way up to catch both of our voices because we're not both talking into it. I suppose we could try it with one mic, but we at the very least need to get her to be able to hear out of the headset. So I'm just not really sure the details on how to get that all set up. But that's something that we might do. We might start making more content together as well. We're going to a trip in March just to North Carolina and South Carolina, and we might do some filming, either YouTube shorts or I was thinking we'll bring the camera along. It was actually her idea to maybe film some. I'm a big fan of Theme Park Worldwide. They travel to different theme parks around the world, and obviously hence the name, but Sean and Charlotte are the name of the people that run the channel, and I just really enjoy their content and watching them, you know, explore things together. You know, usually it's theme parks, but I'm watching them go on a cruise and too. So I don't know, just some different ideas of stuff, content for the channel, rather than it only being RuneScape, Game of Thrones, or House of Dragons, and you know, music video reactions. Just maybe change it up a bit. But let me know what you guys think of that as well. I still want to, you know, stick to our roots as far as the music and the House of Dragons and, you know, RuneScape. I enjoy RuneScape. Not as many people watch the RuneScape videos. Those will slow down as we're getting to the point where I'm almost caught up on content. So I won't be spamming you every single day with a video. Hopefully it's not been too big of a headache to see a video of mine every week. Or every day, I should say. I definitely don't want to be annoying with spamming news feeds. But I think for the most part, people have learned to just kind of watch what they want to watch and skip what they don't want to watch. So I know we got a little off track of the show, but just want to throw that out to you all, to give you kind of a heads up of what's to come and get your feedback as well. You know, if for some reason you hate Rings of Power, that would be good to know. I've never seen it. I think it would be worth looking into. I think my wife would do a much better job explaining some of the deeper meanings of the show. I think in fact she might be a good person to have reacting with me, because she's gonna remember the names. She's gonna know what's going on. Partly due to the fact that she's already seen it, but then also I think she's better at that than I am. And so she might be able to explain things to me in the moment, you know, rather than me looking like a complete idiot. So that could be beneficial for you, the viewer. And it could end up being a good deal. But we'll see. But as of right now, the plan, of course, is to finish this show and maybe watch some, I don't know if they did any videos on, like, you know how we had some like trailers and stuff we reacted to with Game of Thrones and honest game trailers, honest show trailers. I don't know if they do that with House of Dragons. That could be fun to react to, and some other things as well. But, you know, we'll see. But always open to input as well. So thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Again, this episode was amazing. The show's been great. I've really, really enjoyed the show so far, and I'm excited to watch the next episode. So yeah, with that being said, hopefully you guys are doing well, and I'll see you all again next week with another House of Dragons. Thanks for watching. Bye!
Thank you.